Hello and welcome everyone to Transformers or Cybercast, the Transformer Action Figure Podcast Show. This is episode 287. My name is Hex. I'm joined with Sport and Rick. Sport, why don't you tell people where they can find you, man?
You can find me here on YouTube as Sportimus and on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook as Sportimus Prime.
And I'm Rick. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Shatrdglassjazz.
And you can find me at G1Xtron on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook pages, the G1Xtron. Yeah, we were a couple of minutes late. We were kind of discussing what to do with Mount Rushmore, and I had a tier list, but we're going to say that for the next show. We're going to basically do Black Series Troopers tier list. So basically the 20 troopers. So we'll do that for next show. And try refreshing if you don't have the video. Yeah, and we just started, so we were a little late, so I apologize about that. All right, so let's do our, I guess, pickup of the week. Sport, what you got, man?
Well, I got Master Universe Panther at Target, which is upstairs, but the figure of the week that I got that I'm really happy with is Thanos. I think it's a Target exclusive. I'm not sure. But he's the one with the snapping fingers and the extra head. I don't know if he's bigger than the previous release of Thanos, but he is pretty big.
They're all exclusives at this point.
Yeah. Goes without saying, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's big and heavy. Yeah.
It's an exclusive from somewhere.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And elusive. So that's that, and I got Panther, which I'm really happy about, and that's really all that I've been able to find so far. How about you, Rick?
Yeah, well, I've got at least two things, but man, this week, I'm not going to lie, this is probably the heaviest week so far this year for me. BBTS started shipping out a lot, but one of the things I got that is my first in with this company is, and we talked about this back 2 years ago, and I remember Josh and I were like heavy, like we're going to at least think about getting it. And then I skipped it. But with that Zack Snyder's Justice League coming out, I ended up going in and getting the Mezco Dark Side. And he comes with so much stuff. I'm very impressed. This is my first one. He's got some electronics. He's got a magnet on his belt to hold like the mother box in the back. And he's got 3 faces, one with the Omega beams. He's got a bunch of hands. From what I understand from other collectors of Mezco, this one's a very different from the other figures that they do. This one almost seems like I used to do a lot of the Sideshow premium statues. This seems like almost like a cross between like a regular action figure and a Sideshow premium statue, somewhere in between. So he's got articulation. Decent amount, but then he's got like some of the, like his little outfit is like some kind of like pleather maybe or something like that, and then but his gloves and stuff are super detailed and his face is super detailed. So he's got a little bit of soft goods, and then he's got like these hardcore die cast pieces. Like there's a lot of he's very heavy. I haven't weighed him, but I've been super excited about him because I've been getting some of the well, first of all, I set up my DC icons with him and loved it and made like a little battle. So I thought that he scales well with that and still looks really cool. And then the second item I got is actually kind of a 2-part item because I finally got my Spawn Kickstarter, and I'm impressed. Is he the best articulated action figure? No. Is he one of the best action figures in my collection? I'd say yeah. He knocked it out of the park with this just being homage. I can't imagine. This one was supposed to be an homage to obviously the first Spawn figure, and a lot of us, like I was telling my comic shop today, I remember picking that up like day one when those action figures first hit, because I was a big, Todd McFarlane fan way back in the 90s, the early 90s. And it's a good homage. He did you can get like an artist proof, and then you can get the what they call like the hamburger head, all stitched up. So, and he's got some necro effects and stuff like that. a bunch of weapons. This one is the hamburger head one, is they call it the modern spawn, but he's got a different leg, a different arm, mainly the gauntlet and the armor, and then a few different weapons and stuff like that. But I'm super impressed. Like, I'm definitely in for I know the second one is going to be medieval spawn, which isn't my favorite, but I think I'm in for it just based on the packaging's fantastic. It's a clamshell that looks like the original, but you can take everything out easily and put it back in. There's been some stuff. It's more like a hot toy. Like, you can easily take a hot toy out and put it back in the package and sell it, and people love it because, if you pack it well, it's like you never even opened it. This is the same way. It's like shoebox size too, and it looks like a shoebox. Opens like a nice hardcover book. It's got that little, the little satin ribbon that's in there, and you pull the ribbon and open it up. So I'm real impressed. My expectations were somewhere in the middle for it. I felt like they might have been lower than, but I was pleasantly surprised. You can get him in a walking pose. You can put him on a flight stand. He looks good. And I felt like the modern one versus the classic with the mask on, I felt like there's just enough differences where it's not a straight up repaint. So yeah, this is his first one. I would love to see what he does because eventually he's going to do like, I think a spawn that'll be like the most articulated spawn ever, and he'll have that on the package. Todd likes to kind of always have his bullet points, like this won an award, or he always has his bullet points. I think he'll do one where it's like the most articulated spawn ever. And I'm definitely in on that when he does that.
I hope so, because we went through and reminded everyone of this Kickstarter all the time. Meanwhile, I just kept on, I would get off the show and completely forget about putting my order in for mine so that I missed it. So, and apparently those go for, I was looking on eBay. I was like, maybe I'll be able to catch it. No, man, they're going for hundreds of dollars online right now. So
they were
crazy with how many sold. So.
And they were fairly priced too. I think that's why, honestly, he's a bit, I think whenever I hear him talk, he's always talking on beating the other companies on prices and stuff. Even like the new comics and stuff, he's talking about upcoming stuff. He's like, I'm going to try to get them down $1 less or like 50 cents less. He's always talking about how to do premium stuff, but just a little bit less. And I respect that. Maybe I think he's a little more flexible. He can kind of come in and out where some of the bigger companies maybe have issues with that type of thing. So good on Todd.
Got a few in the chat. We got Toy Mafia stopping by. Frank, he's with us as well. Randy Books and Cameron. And Cameron says, when in doubt, just call it the Target exclusives. Odds are you're right. Legion Auto joins us, and action figure expert as well. Randy, I gotta agree. You said that is one crappy hat. I gotta think he's talking to you, Rick.
Oh yeah.
And Cameron says, I still struggle to remember the 90s or more than 20 years ago, even longer for the early 90s. So
it's beginning to be a blur.
It's crazy because I'll be playing a game or something like that, and then I'll be talking to the team. I won't know who they are, but I'll be talking to them or whatever, and trying to coordinate attacks or whatever. And then I'm like, dude, like someone will mention something. I'm like, oh, that reminds me of this game I played in 1995. And they're like, shit, I wasn't even born. I'm like,
right.
Wow. Okay.
So much for that. Huh?
So. Anyways, yeah. So these kids out there trying to make you feel old and stuff. So, all right, for me, I got a couple figures. I got in front of only one that I can grab and show. So I saw this and Dinobot were at both Walmarts. They were at both Walmarts. I don't remember seeing it at Target.
Lucky.
But at one Walmart, they had one Inferno and one Dinobot, and then the big Walmart. Well, they're both Supercenters, but the main one, they probably had, I don't know, 6 or 7 of each, to where they had the shelf full and they had to put some up on top as well.
Oh.
So that's what's always crazy with me. This is a Hasbro product that's completely full, The 3 3/4-inch Joes, the his tanks. There's like 8 of his tanks. The 3 3/4 Joes, they're full.
Did you see any Bangs? Bangcopters?
No, I didn't see any of those. But it's like, why is it the 6-inch Joe like so hard? And I also noticed with Black Series, like I just see like one case getting put out of Black Series stuff. So
yeah, same here.
After you go, can we talk? Can we do like a quick what we've seen at the stores for the last 2-3 weeks after you finish up? Because I think that's useful. Yeah, I think that's super useful for everyone.
Okay, and then I'll say, because I ended up getting the second Super Shredder, the Walmart one, the dark one, where I was like,
I need that.
He's $30. Well, that's why I took a picture of it. And I'm like, hey, there's one left. Let me know before I leave the store.
I was
and
still
no
asleep.
one replied to me. So,
I was too.
I was still asleep.
And then I got something to protect. I got a Glock 17. I went with the Gen 3. They had a Gen 5 and Gen 3. I went with the Gen 3 just because I like the handle grip. It has the grooves that go in between your fingers. So ammo is scarce.
Oh, yeah.
And especially in Texas. Like, they're like, yeah, we keep one box out whenever you purchase a gun. But then after that, it's like, it's hard to find. Like, it's just completely empty shelves. Like, people over here, dude, they're buying crossbows now, like arrows and stuff like crazy, in Texas, and like knives. So I'm like, man, I got my knife.
More Walking Dead than military. A little more Walking Dead-ish.
Yeah.
Got a knife. This ain't no knife.
Dude, I mean, it's going to come down to just like getting a fishing line or a fishing rod and just attaching a bunch of hooks and just casting it out at somebody if they break into your house. So you got to use what you got to use, man. So
as long as you got the high ground, you good.
Just throw some Legos on the floor.
Randy says, found the whole Bad Batch wave today at Walmart.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, I saw one of the guys at one of that comic book places in the mall like a couple weeks ago, but I didn't get it because I was like, they always charge a little bit more, and I'm like, I already got them like pre-order at BBTS, for like $22. This guy wanted like $27. I'm like,
yeah,
I'll just wait. Randy says he got a Walter PPQ.
I had that. That's a good one.
Yeah, and I think my mom's. Have you heard of the Smith & Wesson EZ?
Yep.
Yeah, dude, that slide is like butter.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my mom to get that because she has weak hands.
Yeah, let's go. We just turned the toy show into a gun show, but
it's Megatron time.
We're talking about Megatrons. That's what we were doing. We were like, what should Megatron be in the next Transformer movie? Because apparently they've got a bunch of new ones coming.
I haven't gone out in a while, but today I was in stores. So I know that Walmart had almost nothing. Like they had one his tank. They had He-Man, Skeletor, the Sky Sled, and Prince Adam, Battle Cat. That's it. They had some wrestling stuff like Elites that my kid is into. We looked at some of those, but they were there was nothing there. No Star Wars, no G.I. Joe. They did have Transformers. They did have Inferno. They did have Dinobot. They had, those red figures that we say are pretty much garbage. They had 3 lines of those in every single release. Like they had RC, Cheetor. They were there, and they're there in droves. Nobody is buying those. At least in my area, they're not.
No, they're not buying them in Texas either.
And I refuse to report them. So hopefully they'll just go away. Hopefully they'll go away, and we'll just get more product that we like, because we're not supporting it, right? I mean, that's what should happen.
Well, Mike bought one, so they were all like, "Hey, dude, they're flying off the shelf in Arkansas." And then Mike was like, "Yo, I'm out on these, man." He was like,
I remember he said it was garbage. Yeah, he picked one.
I got the Megatron. That's the only one I will ever buy. He's the only decent one in my opinion.
Target had some Black Series, but it was they had a few from that last wave.
I've seen a couple
from the Mandalorian wave. They had some from the Mandalorian wave. They had the archive figures. They did have those. They had He-Man, Skeletor, Battle Cat, Sky Sled. None of the new ones.
Masters of the Universe is fully stocked everywhere. And I'm not saying that it's not selling, but it is fully stocked. But I haven't seen past like Tila and He-Man, Skeletor, Waves, and Evil Land. Like it's just been those, but they're fully packed on that. I wonder if they're sitting on new stock in the back and just like,
They are, because my Target
and they're like, we ain't got nowhere to put it,
My Target had them out last week. That's why I was able to find Zodak and the other ones, Roboto.
Well, that's good. At least you saw a handful.
Yeah, people are finding Ninjor and the other ones, Hordak.
Yeah,
the next wave. So they're coming out. It's sporadic, but they are coming out. At least they're coming out. Unlike GI Joe, where you never see them.
Yep, I got to plug BBTS here, man. As soon as that contract lifted from Walmart and I put in all my pre-orders with BBTS, I'm not going to lie, I'm only lacking one figure. One, because they have sent every single one out as soon as they get them. The only figure I don't have or vehicle is Clamp Champ. Everybody else, they have mailed me. Like, I got those figures this week, and I was like, wow, this is, as soon as people started spotting them at Target, BBTS sent them out. I'm like, this is why can't everything be like that? Like, they hit stores and they hit the online places, so I can put my pre-order. Don't worry about it. Got my old reliable. They send it out. If the Joes and even the Black Series, because sometimes BBTS will take a few months to get Black Series in. I mean, they're slow, and vintage collection as well.
Cobra Troopers from BBTS as well.
I still got mine.
Yeah.
What?
I still got two on.
Do you guys do Palaloot?
Yeah.
Does that make I've never done Palaloot. Does it make a difference if they go to your Palaloot when they send it out?
I've never had a problem with it. And then the Thundercats, the Wave 2 Thundercats, because they were like reissuing, like they were supposed to be out a couple of months ago. And then they're like, hey, we're reissuing them. They're going to come out in like the fourth quarter or whatever. Well, my pre-order went to fourth quarter. I'm like, dude, I'm not like, I didn't order no reissues. I was like in on it on, a year ago.
The Wave 2 has been delayed. Wave 3 will be out before Wave 2.
Okay. So I didn't know if that was just the reissues or.
Yeah, they jacked it up.
Yeah, I heard Brian talk about that. And Brian will send those little emails out to everybody or Super 7 updates. He said that in one of them. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like, I think that's all I saw today. It's not like I saw a lot of stuff, but I saw some stuff. I can't say it was completely,
Yours is better than mine.
Yeah. I got a macho. Once in a while, my kid and I will both pick up a wrestling figure if we're like, especially for me, it's like old stuff from the 80s.
Yeah, me too.
I picked up a Macho Man on one of those things, that comes out to the ring for the old WrestleManias. It's like a little cart. It's got the little ropes around it. I picked that up today. He has the Andre, so. But that's it. Like, it's not like there's I didn't see a ton of product out there that I could spend my money on, but there was a few items, little stuff.
Like the vintage Ghostbusters, I see that.
Yeah, I did see those. Saw a whole wave. I didn't see Slimer or the Stay Puft, but I saw the 4 guys. Yeah,
so I mean, they were there. As far as Star Wars, I've seen one store has like 2 of the archive solos, and I'm like, I don't need them. I already got them. And then Jar Jar Binks, like each store had like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 Jar Jars, which I'm like, did they just order more? Because like that's a good figure.
It is a good figure.
It's a nice figure, yeah.
And I gotta think that they're gonna come out with ones that aren't deluxes, that are like regular ones, that are like maybe some interchangeable faces or something. That way you can kind of build out like a little bit of a trooper. Yeah, instead of having to just buy multiple Jar Jars at deluxe price. But if they throw those suckers on clearance, man, I'll just scoop them up.
I would buy another one. I also forgot. Target did have, my kid found it like sitting on the shelf. I didn't even see it, but they had the Jon Stewart from McFarlane Toys. I couldn't believe it because normally I don't find that stuff. Yeah, he looked over and he's like, Dad, that's Jon Stewart, and I'm like, what? And I went over and like grabbed it real quick. I'm like, that's mine. You know, took it right out of his hands
You're
because
not
he
getting
likes them
this.
too. Yeah, he's like, man, I want that on my list, and I'm like, nope, that one's mine. Yeah, so I did see that.
One of the, because Delirium, he was like, I grabbed a Skull Cruncher and a Weird Wolf, but he didn't see a Highbrow. I believe
those.
one of my Walmarts has all those, I think.
Yeah,
So,
I saw the whole wave. Yeah, at my Walmart. My Walmart's like a medium. They're not like a great big, like Josh. I know you. I've seen some of your old toy hunt videos. Some of those Walmarts you have are like at least 1.5 the size of our local, or two.
Mine
Local.
are small, but we had those too, and they sold out fast.
Yeah, yeah. I think the first time I saw the whole wave today, I only saw 4 of them, so they were missing a few. But yeah.
And just update, still no Vipers. So
No, same here.
I haven't seen a 6-inch GI Joe on a shelf since.
No Firefly.
shit, I've never
Since
seen one.
January 1. January 1.
Actually,
January 1st.
Wave 1, that comic shop in the mall, they've got Wave 1 of the GI Joes, and they have like 3 of the Pimp Daddy Destros as well. That I think they have labeled at $30. The rest of them they have labeled at like $25. You know, that's typical for comic shops and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much. You're right. And GameStop. Sometime I'll see Destro at GameStop.
All right,
Pretty good.
let's get into some screen share here.
Yay! I like screen share.
And we're gonna start off with my boy Galvatron.
Yay!
Now, let's see. Oh God, who was I talking to? I think I was talking to Nick on Facebook, and he was like, I think he said like, "Yo, this is gonna be your masterpiece, Galvatron." I said, "Now follow." I said, "Follow me on this." I said, "How many? We've gotten 3 MP Optimus Primes. Every year that you've got a masterpiece Optimus Prime, you've also got an Optimus Prime in the regular line as well. So, following that logic, you'll probably get MP Galvatron."
Let's
Yeah,
hope
they
so.
have to be at least close. I mean,
Right.
you're right. Also, it's a numbers game, and it's time. We do.
Yeah.
We do.
I do have a couple complaints.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Let's get it right here. The first one being, I thought y'all were done putting this like crap on it to make it look battle damaged or whatever.
Yeah.
Do they do that just so they can be like, "Yo, here it is," and everyone's saying like, "We don't like it," and then after you like, "Fine, I'll buy it," and then that way they can just release it again like they do Megatrons?
Or like a Netflix version. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, now we won't put it on there.
Yeah.
It makes you think maybe it was scheduled for like a wave ago or something, like right before they started taking it off. You know what I mean? Like, was it in the schedule for earlier? Because I feel like they've kind of started to stray away from that now.
Yeah.
On the recent stuff. So maybe they were thinking about that a while back. It makes me think of, I don't like the front. Yeah, I think the only thing I don't really like a lot is the front part with that damage. And it makes me think of like Springer, you know, where like we all wish that had not been battled. Some of them don't bother me. That one bothers me a little bit. I mean, it could be better.
Yeah. Let's see. None of these pictures. Now, as far as transformation, what do you think about transformation? I don't have a problem with it. I think it's fine.
No.
It's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
He's a cannon. What can you do? But it's fine.
Yeah. I kind of like that the back looks like you can, operate it. Like one of the smaller guys could step in and manually do it himself too.
All right. Here's a good shot. Like these are like weird with light, so it makes it kind of like, I don't know, look washed. This is much better with this purple. Here's the second thing, that in a world where you're trying to make everyone happy, it was like they got two people together, and they're like, "You guys are in charge of the cannon." And one said, "Let's just make it completely translucent." The other one says, "No, let's paint it orange." And they're like, "You know what? We'll just do half and half." To where I would have been fine if it was all translucent. I would have been fine if it was all painted orange. But doing it this weird half and half, it looks like it was like it was orange or something, or the paint, and that it just started to like rub off or wear off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like this right here. Like I would have rather it been all translucent or all orange. You follow me? Are you there, Rick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It doesn't bother me that bad, but only because I've had like maybe 3 third-party ones, and then I had the original, and then I had that repainted original, you know.
Right.
So I don't know. I've had so many that I can't remember. Some of them were solid, I know that, and some of them were glittery, and some of them were translucent. So I think you're right. I think they're trying to please multiple people.
The other thing is this looks cheap. How much more would it have been to just do a regular chain? Like I get this. I'm cutting this sucker off, and I'm just gonna go to like Hobby Lobby and be like, "Yo, what? Like, let me buy a chain for like 50 cents or whatever, and attach it on there." Because that looks so cheesy. How much are you paying for this thing?
Yeah,
$50. Yeah,
it's a $50 figure. You tell me that you couldn't find 50 cents in the budget to give me a real chain? They came with the God, which one was it? It was the eHobby G1 Galvatron.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
love
talking
that.
about?
Yep, I do.
They've done it before.
They have.
They know how to, and I think the Matrix was die cast as well.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not even asking for a die-cast Matrix. That little chain probably would cost just as much as what it was to do this mold for this plastic chain that looks terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we're not talking about some $15, $20 figure. We're talking about $50.
Right.
Is it 50 or 80, this one?
50.
Okay. That's not quite as bad as I was thinking it was going to be.
The Rodimus is 80. Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
yeah. I would rather it have been 80 with all of the bells and whistles, like that chain,
and throw in some lights for that cannon.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing, Sport. I know you said you like this because the ship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Galvatron don't need no guns to me. Like you could have gave this to someone else.
Yeah,
like I get it. Galvatron doesn't need any guns. And then second, if you are doing these should have been purple.
They should have. That's true.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Like these are the things that I'm just like, do y'all not ask like just one fan that buys this stuff? Like, hey, what do you think about these? Well, he doesn't need them. Actually, scrap this, scrap that, and just give me a chain. Actually, that's going to cost less money.
Right.
And that means you can make more money. And they're like, no, we really want to do these because homage or whatever. All right, make them purple then. That makes more sense.
I agree. I would put, you know what I would do? I would put 2 of the sweeps in a 2-pack and include that painted up and a chain for the Galvatron. And they could have sold the heck out of like a nice chain for the Galvatron and it would be like a 2-pack with some accessories. But this thing should be fully painted.
Yeah.
People would have loved that. You could have done whatever you wanted to and put that whatever you want. Put it on Pulse, for their new premium. They're trying to sell memberships.
Let's see. So you could choose.
I do like that we got the tank treads are black, and I do like on the inside the little wheels are silver because that could have been all black or all. Let's be real. Yeah. They try to cut those corners. I'm glad they didn't cut that corner. And overall, he looks pretty good. I mean, I think he looks better than the Rodimus, but that's just me probably. But if the battle damage was gone, I'd give this guy like a 9 out of 10, honestly.
Yeah.
Cameron says they are trying to force it to the $50 price point for a Voyager size figure by probably by adding those things that we don't want, you know.
He's actually pretty tall. He's almost as tall as Ultra Magnus.
He's a
Very
nice
close.
size.
Yeah, he's good size.
I mean, as far as cannon mode goes, I do like it more than I didn't like this one at all.
The last one just wasn't very good.
Yeah, I didn't even buy it.
I feel like Galvatron is a major player, and he really hasn't gotten he hasn't gotten all the toys that he should have, honestly.
And the ones that he got, some of them were bad, like that Tank Deluxe one from Generations.
Oh, that one was horrible.
God. That was the worst one.
He got the shaft. We all got the shaft on that.
Yeah.
That was a bad figure.
Yeah, but like Frank says, the plastic chain and plastic looking matrix, it just all that stuff looks cheap.
Yeah, and we're different. We're a different audience now than we used to be. They can say they're making it for kids all day long, but I've seen the charts and I know how much they're making off of us now versus 15 years ago. They're making a lot more off us adults now than they were then. So they know. I mean, they know.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of third-party items. Some of these folks have gone to TF cons and bot cons. You've seen them, or they watch Cybercast. They know we've covered Galvatrons before. So, but I will, like I said, mainline though he does look pretty good. But it's sort of like the bells and whistles aren't there for the price point. Just like Josh was saying at the beginning, the price point it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Stretching it, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, even looking for the back, I do like the tooling in it, to where that's probably what it is, but it looks like you just turn the legs sideways and just clip them together.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I didn't own this figure, but I'm pretty sure that was the transformation.
That's pretty much.
And that's exactly what it looks like. And to me, that's Cyberverse type transformation stuff, to where you're like bragging like, hey, only 8 steps and stuff. This looks like, okay, there's a little bit more into it, and you're hiding some stuff. I like it. It's supposed to I think when you see a transformer in robot or alt mode, if you can look at it and be like, like without directions, you would have to mess with it for a while, or you would need to get the directions to figure it out. This sucker right here, it looks like, dude, you could probably pick that up and have it transform in a minute or two. So
the thing about the back of the new one, like I said, it looks like a little battle station, like the back of some of the early 82, 83 GI Joe stuff, where you plop it down, it digs into the ground, you got a guy in there right behind it. And if you think about it, he's the opposite to Rodimus, and Rodimus has a battle station that works exactly like that. So now, me looking at the back of it, that's what I get out of it is I could put someone behind there, like 2 or 3 of them. One's launching missiles, one's looking through the scope, and back there. So I like it. I like what they did with that.
Now I saw some people saying that I guess you would call it a rib cage was a little too wide, and he looked like his arms were a little, I guess, low and what's the word? Like they're a little lengthy.
Is just off.
Yeah, it's a little off.
I'd rather see it in person.
I like the little cuts in his leg, like if you're thinking about, when he's made and you see the grid, I like those little round cuts in his leg, and he's got the little hip skirts. I mean, they've definitely been looking at, the Galvatrons that are out there and trying to figure out how to fit what they can do into a $50 price point, I guess.
And remember the first image of this guy?
Knees
weren't connected. They were out to or laying over. I'm like, I already know that's intern screwing up. There's no way that they messed that up.
Yeah.
So, Jesus, this guy.
Yeah, it's an improvement. Still waiting for that perfect masterpiece, though, to step. Like, you want to hear that Nimoy's voice just coming right out of him. Still waiting.
This is what they're talking about. Like, his torso is very short. So like if his torso was a little bit longer, but because it's short, it makes his, you know, you don't want to plug his shoulders into here, but it makes it look like they're coming out of his ribs, you know. I mean, they're right above his stomach, you know, like think about your body. You know, here's his shoulder, here's his stomach right here. Like you would look really strange if your shoulders were coming out just right, you know, where your rib cage is. So I get what people are saying there. I wonder what the decision with that. Even if they had something to where if he could slide up, like this center part right here, you know what I'm talking about? That you see gray. If it was kind of a piece where this purple could slide up, and I'm not talking a whole bunch. I'm just talking about like from here to here, and that would extend his torso a little bit and make it look a little bit more proportioned. It's little things like that. It's
definitely not perfect.
It's just little things like that I think that they don't have. Someone is not in there at Hasbro. This just like, yo, this.
Yeah, and let's be real. We've gotten some good stuff, so we're going to be more picky. I mean, the Siege Prime and the Earthrise Prime are really good primes, and you can get a lot of articulate. It's a good action figure. And now you got that Studio Series Hot Rod that everybody's hopefully had a chance to mess with. That one's really good too. Yeah. So I think we keep leveling up, and as we level up, when we get characters that are huge, like Galvatron is such a big character in the world of Transformers. You want him to be on mark, yeah, for sure.
That's nice with the silver wheels.
Yes.
Looks good. Yeah.
Just there's little places where they could, you know, cut some cost and then apply it in other places that you'd have a much better figure. Because if you think it back to that Rodimus, what if, you know, some of the things that we like that you took away but you added like things that we didn't care about. You're like, then you just have another Hot Rod that we're like, well, I hope the next one's better. You know, like what was it, Titans Return one?
Yeah, they've gotten so much better to be action figures. Remember, like even like a decade ago, everything was like, but it doesn't have ankle tilts, dude. Everybody gets an ankle tilt now, no matter what the engineering. It's like I'd say 99% have it, and it really helps if you're a person who takes them out of the box, puts them on the shelf, and tries to like make them, you know, have some good poses. Most of them have a way to do that now. So everything has gotten better, but now we're at that point where we're getting, you know, we expect a lot for our money, and nothing wrong with that.
Art said they spent their whole paint budget on the wheels. I mean, he doesn't really have that much paint. The red there, and then, I mean, we didn't even ask for this paint. We don't even want it.
Right.
You know, like we want that silver there, that red there.
Gotta have that red, yeah.
And that wheel, I mean, that's really all the paint you need. I don't what's going on here. I don't know what that is. All right, we'll move on. All right, so your Netflix Wave 3 stuff. Get another Cheetor.
I didn't see any of that on the show.
I got that one. He looks much better. Much better. That blue makes a big difference. Definitely get that one if you can find it.
I don't want any of the. I haven't bought any of the Lambors until they make the Earth version, and then I'll dive into the Lambors.
If they'll make an Earth version.
I think I have enough of them to make its own shelf. They're gonna just have a Lambor shelf right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Skittles, every color you want.
I mean, one day, you know, maybe not this year, but I mean, one day, you know, they'll make it proper, and that's when I'll get in on it. And then here's a bunch of what do you call those for? I think you got a sound for it for this one.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of those.
I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Hasbro think. God, this sucker looks like he found it in a gutter.
Oh, it looks bad.
Yeah.
I don't care for it.
And then this one.
Yeah, that's really bad.
That's another. What do you call it, Sport? Yeah, that sounds about right.
Really bad. The good thing is I don't have to pick them up, which is great.
I saw that too. It looks okay, but it's just, why do I need it? I don't.
Exactly.
You know?
It's good sometimes.
God, all that rust sticking in. I mean, no painted rims though. Still,
customizers might like it, but yeah. The black Ironhide is pretty cool, but
this one,
on the fence, yeah.
Mike is troop building these.
What?
That's what Delirium said, but I mean, well, they're charging still the same price. I was gonna say, like, if Mike wanted to do like a custom class at his con or something, you know.
Oh yeah, for these.
Yeah, if you just found a bunch of them like they're on sale because no one's gonna buy them. There you go. I tell you what he could do is he could do a custom class on those red figures, because I can tell you what, if they went on clearance, we could all help them out with picking those up.
Yeah. Ton of them.
All right, and apparently this is a spoiler or something like that, but I mean, it's been online for at least a week, so.
And it's garbage. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's the same Megatron.
It's the same Megatron. And then
we did it.
Yeah.
We got it.
How many Megatrons did we get out of this Siege one? 5?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is it more than that though? Or is it
No,
Siege?
yeah.
There's a lot of
them. More.
Yeah, probably.
Cameron, because of the translucent parts, put Dalton down for one of these, okay?
I'm down for 2.
Yeah.
And he likes beasts, so maybe 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point.
And it's exclusive too, so 4.
So
it's adding up.
It's exclusive somewhere.
So Netflix, so it'd be Walmart exclusive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's exclusive. So they haven't announced the Masterpiece G1 Galvatron, because they're like, hey, remember, here's Skids, even though none of you wanted it. And by the way, a couple weeks later, here's I don't even remember what this guy's name is. The red one.
Well, I don't know what that one's name is.
And then they're gonna give us is it Crosscuts, the silver one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's coming. Yeah.
They'll give you that one. I forget. There's like 5 different color Skids.
The green one,
I believe. I did a video on it one time, like way back in the day.
There's a police car one.
Yeah. It's great because, again, I could skip something. I buy too much.
But at the same time, we're not getting what we need or want. It's another wasted slot.
It is definitely a wasted slot.
Frank says, I saw they were calling a mud flap somewhere. Is that mud flap?
No, I don't. It was some weird name, Booster or some. They made a whole new character out of him.
There's probably 20 fans worldwide, and then there's probably like a few hundred people who are completists who have to get it. But I'm betting it's not because they really, really want it.
Dude, I'm glad I shut the door on that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
I think it was whenever they were like, hey, I know you already have like 6 or 7 MP10s, but hey, by the way, we're coming out with like Nike versions.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 and then a 7-Eleven version. I'm like, yo, I'm out. I'm out on this.
Yeah, when they get to 7-Eleven versions of anything, that's when it's time to leave the party. I mean,
Dalton says it's Reboost.
Reboost. Okay, I was close. I said Boost. Right. Yeah, they made up a new character name.
All right, so
Whatever.
to third-party Generation Toy, going to be reissuing They're not Devastator. He's going to come with like some extra purple or something with a cement mixer in the chest and with a gold gun.
Yeah.
Legionardo, I don't even know if you're trolling or not. He says, I don't usually buy Masterpiece, but Skids, I want it. I don't think you're being honest with me, Legionardo.
Comes with a little scooter.
I don't think anyone ever said that and was completely honest. Is this on the map for any of you guys?
Maybe.
No,
I wish he came with his regular gun too, but I'm on the fence.
So, yeah, little Gold Legends, Megatron.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't have the Hasbro Devastator, so it's either this or the Hasbro.
Get that. Well, the Takara one is better, but you got to get at least one of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Randy says, why would they reissue it? It's too small now because all the new companies keep on making them bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
God, I remember whenever I had my Make Toys Devastator, dude. I mean, I still think that thing looked awesome, but dude, he was like short. Yeah, especially compared to all the stuff now.
Yeah, the toy world put this to shame in terms of size. But, well, he still looks good, though.
Space is getting limited.
That's true.
Hard choices ahead.
Yeah.
All right, and for a little bit smaller, Newage. Randy says Toy World Debbie is great.
Yeah.
Was it Herbie? I can't believe they got away with that. But well, meanwhile, they are making basically a Bumblebee, so
yeah,
they don't care.
Yeah, right.
I heard he was pretty good though.
Where does the Takara Raiden will be UW size? UW.
Stuff back a few years ago, I guess.
Though I haven't seen if they mean UW Devastator size or Superion.
Hopefully, when they show the pictures, they'll kind of scale it to something that we've all seen or have.
I mean, I would just like them to do like a Titan size Raiden. Like, I don't even need a Masterpiece, you know? Like, basically what they did with Deviant Predaking.
I agree. That's what it should be. Anything bigger than that, dude, after this Unicron this week that came in, I don't know, man. Like, I like it, but like when you get that big, I have to take a whole shelf down to fit him into my room. A shelf. And he's going to have to go on a table. If you want him in planet mode, you cannot. I mean, I guess you could rig something up maybe with weights or something, but you can't. Yeah.
Was it Dakota said he's going to leave him in planet mode?
I'm leaving mine in planet mode. That's what I wanted. I have studio cell in robot mode, and I like the planet a lot but he takes up too much room. I'm going to be real. Like he's impressive, but he's as big as the Terradrome as far as how much space he actually takes up more space width-wise than the Terradrome when the rings are on it. That's crazy, right? I mean, you know Snake Mountain, Josh. You had to find a place for that. Those things are hard to find a place for in your collection.
They are the place.
I love it.
Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can move my camera so you can see. I finally got. God, I forgot how to stop screen share. Let's see. That couch out of here. So, well, it's not focused, but you can see like it's on that shelf over there.
Yep.
All right.
Is within size where I can put him into my collection. Like Josh said, like Predaking, Devastator, somewhere in that realm.
Oh, Cameron, he ate the $175 non-refundable deposit.
Oh, that hurts, man.
I mean, it's a nice item, but like I said, man, it's hard when you collect a lot of stuff, man. It's hard choices, and that thing he takes up a significant amount of room. I mean, it's cool. I'm gonna make a nice little thing for it. You know, once I get up my shelf, I'm gonna have to take down a lot of items to put him in there. I've already looked, but he'll be fine once I have some time to do that.
And here's a Magic Square little Legends class.
I'm actually gonna get that one.
He looks good.
Yeah,
they do a good job.
Yeah.
I was in at the beginning, and then I just decided there's no way I can follow everyone down that hole. But I do like what they do.
They're awesome.
They look great.
Their prices are just too high. That's what kills me. Is I love these things, but they're just awfully expensive.
What do you think? What do you think Shockwave's going to be price wise?
At least $50.
This little guy's going to be $50.
Well, their Galvatron is like $65, so it's not much bigger than this.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they're really well made. I mean, I give them credit for that. They're amazing little figures, but their prices are just way out there.
Rick, Frankie, he asked, is it Zeta that made the Unicron? Frank, are you asking about the other Unicron? That's another company. That's
Studio Cell.
Studio Cell.
Yeah, they change their name. Were they Zeta before? I can't remember. They may have been, and then they had to change their name.
They're still Zeta. It's just still Zeta. They just
is it the same
another
people?
show? Yeah,
it's the same people, I think, but it's Studio Cell.
Yeah, they just changed the name to avoid Hasbro coming after them again.
Yeah.
Okay, so two things. Cameron says Magic Square hasn't done a Galvatron. That's newage. And he was wanting to know if you like the Studio Cell version.
Well, it's easy for me to talk about. So Studio Cell, he is in robot mode, and I would never transform him to planet mode. I think I could, but I'm not going to risk it because he looks so good in robot mode. He's very accurate to the movie. I mean,
and he's
pretty
clean.
accurate.
He's clean too.
Very clean, so it looks like animation. Where like this Unicron could fit into your Siege or Earthrise, or it's got a lot of detail. He's impressive in both modes. He's impressive, and he's easy. I wouldn't say he's easy to train. I'd say he's a medium difficulty transforming. But planet mode looks amazing. Like I'm gonna set up some stuff once the sweeps come out. I'm gonna have my sweeps, I'm going to have my Scourge, I'm going to have my Cyclonus, I'm going to have some flight stands, and have that planet mode front and center in the room. But I still think he's too big, though. Like if someone said, should he have been that big, I would say, I don't think he needed to be. I think he's as big as a Terradrome. And my Terradrome's on a 34 by 34 table. A Unicron, when I measured it the other day, I need 38 inches for the rings to be on in planet mode. I need at least 38 inches. So
diameter. Wow. Yeah.
Getting into some non-robots, this Toyz. So this is the 3 3/4 inch stuff. It's the only 3 3/4 inch stuff we have to look at.
Thank goodness.
And kind of bringing it up earlier, G.I. Joe, they've been kind of quiet. I hope it's because they're like, let's ramp up and like put these Vipers and all this stuff that was exclusive that we know that we can just print money on, and just come out with those.
It's April 9th. You better believe it. They have Henry Golding, the Stank Eyes movie star. He's going to be revealing, I think, his figure from the movie. So I think April 9th, that Pulse event, I think that's G.I. Joe is going to unload a little bit on us all. I have a feeling there'll be some pre-orders that pop up for sure that day. I think you're right. They have been. I think they've been holding back a little bit. I think they'll show Major Blood, some Snake Eyes movie stuff, maybe an Alley Viper. They should be showing that shortly. It's been on the artwork since day one.
All right, so check this out. This is from Ramen Toys, and let's see. They're going to be 6-inch.
Yeah.
So, and basically seeing if any of the e-tailers want to carry them. So, Centurions, I used to have several of these when I was a kid, and I like that they're coming in at 6-inch. See what the price is for these things, because they could get really expensive, with all the little parts and stuff like that. It's I don't know if I would go deep in all of them, but maybe just get, the main 3 guys or something. So it's something.
Never had any.
I'm going to keep an eye on it in case any of you guys are, interested. Like this was Ace McCloud. He was basically the blue one. He's kind of the leader. So Flight. Let's see. This was the yellow one where he was kind of like a tank. I forget what his name is. So like a bunch of tank stuff. And then there was a yellow one, which I think was like kind of the underwater type guy. But anyways, yeah, I guess that's what they're going to try to look like there. There's your scale. So, I mean, again, 6-inch, perfect. That's a perfect scale. It said they were going to do 7-inch, but then decided to get a 6-inch. I think that was a smart decision. But, I mean, these guys, they could get expensive really fast. I mean, you can see. I mean, they look pretty cool.
Hopefully, they're not too cool where I have to pick them up.
Yeah, same here.
I buy so much stuff, man. But yeah, I do. I remember the commercials. I remember. Did they have a cartoon? I definitely remember the commercials.
Yep, they had a cartoon as well.
But I never had any of the figures.
Well, yeah, like Cameron says, fortunately, there's only 3 of them, and then you're done. Well, there was a couple of bad guys. There was a blue one and a red bad guy as well. Yeah, so Frank knows too. So, yeah, I guess me and Frank may be the only ones interested. It's something that's not going to take up a ton of room. So we'll see what prices are like. Then we get some Black Series stuff. Another Luke Skywalker.
Oh yeah, this is the Heir to the Empire stuff, the books from the early 90s.
I'm
nice.
Like, it's another.
I'm assuming.
I've got like 20 something Luke Skywalkers.
Yeah, it's either that or like, is it from Dark Empire? I can't remember. Too much, man. I did put a pre-order in on that. On that one. Yeah. I didn't get the bunny guy because I don't.
Bucky O'Hare.
Bunny?
The little bunny guy that comes. I don't know who that is, but
the Easter Bunny alien.
This is an interesting package, though. I mean, it's pretty.
Oh yeah,
cool.
There's an Heir to the Empire there. That is cool, and it's got the little reptile that what's his face? Thrawn has the little reptile guy. See him in there? Because he didn't come with the regular release. I didn't get the SDCC Thrawn, but
and so I pre-ordered this guy anyways, but like I don't know who this is. I honestly thought it was just like Hasbro just being like, hey, it's a homage to Bucky O'Hare. I seriously thought that's what it was.
I think he was in the Marvel Comics run, because Marvel had the Star Wars comic book for a long time. I think he's in there somewhere.
What an odd character to give us. Like,
They're
I got to
hitting all
think
the places.
that, I mean, but I'm just going to throw one out there. Bib Fortuna. Would you rather have this or Bib Fortuna? You know, to go with your Jabba and your Gamorrean guards, you know, and just, I don't know. It's an odd one. Now, this one's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still no Robo Legs, Darth Maul. And
the vintage collection is getting that before Black Series.
What is Oppress? What
Savage?
Yeah, like, dude, like, where's he at?
Yeah.
Again, you're giving us the Bucky O'Hare. Like, we could come up with all these characters that, like, dude, you would definitely, like, anyone, if you're like, okay, put a tier list together, like, you know, like all these characters, they would make it on there way before, you know, some of the ones that they're giving us.
Comic book expanded universe
Yeah.
Which is fine. Aren't they mostly like parts from others? I think they're mostly, from what I read, they're mostly parts from other stuff that we have. So it was cheap to do, other than like the packaging and the bunny head.
Yeah, Randy says they use the same legs as the other Darth Maul. So he's got like, yeah, he's got his beach bod going on, but he's still wearing the parachute pants. So
his lightsabers look really well, not right. They don't look bad, right? Well, they still look a little bit too thick. But in the other picture, they look like he was holding, like, you know, like Dr. Pepper cans or something. I don't know. Like, they look thicker right there to me than they should be. I don't know. Theirs not quite as bad, but they are a little bit. You see what I'm saying? They look more like a flashlight.
yeah. Thought you were going to call it something else and get me demonetized on this rip.
Accurate when you pronounce flashlight.
Art says that I missed the Goku stuff. No,
Goku.
there's no Goku stuff this week. And then this guy, I've already got 4 Crimson Guards, so that was one of the things I always mention. I was like, dude, like if you lifted up their, you know, their little cape, I'm like, dude, their armor looks awesome. Like, it's a shame that you weren't able to show that off, you know.
I'll probably pick up one of these and make him, like, you know, captain of the guard or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's peacocking with his cape for sure. He's like, y'all don't got this. I heard that's a good story. I've never read that story, but I heard it was good. I've read The Heir to the Empire. I've read most of Thrawn stuff, but I've never read Crimson Empire.
All right. This is from Playmates. Imagine you own the license, but you put out the worst turtles.
Yeah, isn't that sad?
And the other 2 companies that put out the turtles, they look great, but they just break all over the place. I mean, when I look at these, I'm like, I mean, you guys weren't even trying, man. I mean, this is the only picture here, so
that's garbage. But
limited to 3,600. Man, they won't even sell out. They won't even sell those.
Yeah, unless there are a lot of like completist turtle collectors, and maybe there are. Maybe that explains how Playmates is still cranking out garbage, but whatever. Maybe they're.
I'm just like other than licensing it out, what is Playmates doing with the turtle license? Because they came out with that cartoon. We all said, man, this cartoon sucks. And the new turtle line, it's going to suck. They made like 2 waves, and they were like, dude, we got to cancel it. Like,
nobody bought those.
No one's buying it. You know, even though people were keep on telling, it's not for you, it's for the kids. I'm like,
my kid,
my nephews ain't watching it.
Yeah, so. My kid didn't even. My kid had a lot of Nick Turtle stuff. My kid didn't even know who the characters. He's like, Dad, who's this? And I'm like, you know what? I'm not sure. I don't know. How can you mess up turtles? Let's be real. Like, it's hard. That would be a hard thing to do.
They found a way.
They found a way. They sure did.
Life finds a way. Hasbro, they got Fortnite license now.
That kind of makes me sad, but yeah.
Jack, who was it? Jax had it.
Yeah, I think Jack specific. Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys that were building up all your Fortnite figures with Jax, now you got Hasbro.
Change it up. Change gears. Time to change gears.
And if you guys don't buy these, like in droves, Hasbro will just cancel the line like you did Hasbro, or like they did Overwatch. Yeah, that pissed me off. And then Ghostbusters. I mean, does anyone see that line other than the vintage? Does anyone see that line continuing?
They've been quiet about it.
No, I mean, that movie got pushed. Did the movie get pushed back twice? Like, everything was made to go along with the movie, and then the movie got pushed back. You remember what happened to G.I. Joe when that happened? It didn't come back till till last year. So I would say whenever that Ghostbusters movie finally hits, we might see more movement and maybe some announcements and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they got burned with Black Widow toys.
Let's be real. If Ghostbusters actually did some of the real Ghostbusters stuff, the stuff they haven't made, like Boogeyman and Sandman and Sam Hain and all of the stuff that would sell, like if they look really good on the third party market, some of that stuff already exists. I've seen a Boogeyman that looks amazing. You can buy it, but you got to pay up for it. Anyway, low hanging fruit.
All right, now this, I believe pre-orders will be available till April 2nd. So if you want this, it's NECA, and their wings.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah.
And he's standing up on those ankle hinges. He's not putting his heel down, so he's got to have those strong ankles to.
The tail is the only thing that's going to hold him up. Let's be real; those ankles is going to be like floppity or either broken. So the tail, everything hinges on the tail.
You're best off just getting a real strong flight stand.
Yeah.
And hoping that those wings aren't trashed in the box as soon as you open it.
Especially the tips, because all of them are going to end in those tips. Those two little mini wing hands all the way at the top, those little weird things.
Yeah. Those.
I don't know how NECA's going to do that. I mean, I'm excited about it. I mean, I would like to get a nice Gargoyles line. I'm just mad that it's NECA that's doing it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, no double.
You're
only gonna go 90 degrees on the elbow.
Where's that last picture that you had?
Right there.
It looks like it could do a double. It looks like it could do a double elbow.
It's barely going to go 90 degrees. It'll barely go over 90 degrees. Yeah.
Is that the same ones the Turtles have? Because I don't collect the Turtles. Is that the same kind of elbow situation that they are using? Have you guys done those?
Yeah, I mean, I've got them all in front of me here, but I can't see.
Yeah, I hope they can pose out pretty good. They don't need to be like Spider-Man, but you want to be able to do some cool poses, some flight poses. You need to be able to bend the legs a little bit, bring the thighs up. for your flight poses, and hopefully the wings are going to be engineered so they don't droop, so that you can kind of pose them up, pose them down. I know they're not going to fold in. I'm assuming NECA has chosen, if they're going to do a deep line, they're probably going to do a version where they fold in, behind themselves like they did on the show.
Oh yeah, that's what Cameron was asking. Can the wings wrap around them?
Yeah.
So, no, that'll be selling you another version.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That Predator room all y'all got, where you got 100 Predators? No, you're going to have 100 Goliaths.
And then they'll sell the stone version. And,
you got Christmas Goliath. You got It's Halloween Goliath. You got First Date Goliath. You got, Head of the Table Goliath. You got Damona's love interest Goliath. You got a ton of Goliaths coming.
Oh, what about and Damona? You're gonna have even human Damona.
Yeah, the cursed Damona with the blast effect, and
you're gonna have younger Damona.
Yeah,
you got if the right company gets this is a line that I would go really deep on. Like, I would go really deep. This is a line where I would want a lot of different characters. It's definitely, don't think about Gargoyles as just being like, the 5. There's probably 60 characters. At least 60, right? There's 3 different versions of the pack. They morphed throughout the series at least 3 times.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna do the Gargoyles and Demona. I'm not even gonna get was it Lisa or something? What's the chick's name?
Yeah, like Elisa or something like that.
Elisa,
the main girl.
Yeah, and then
you got Goliath's daughter, Angela. You got all the gargoyles from was it the British gargoyles, and then you've got
I'm gonna leave them alone.
All of Oberon's children and all those like urban legend type characters. You got Macbeth, Puck. There's a lot.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the?
You got Cold Stone and 2 different versions of him, and that other chick that lives in their head.
And then the metal ones too.
Oh yeah, I would troop build those. Yeah, Xanatos and the red ones. I love those red robot ones.
See, I don't think I'm gonna go that deep in it. I think that I'm just gonna get.
I'm gonna talk you into it.
I'm gonna get the name. Well, first off, we gotta get this first one, and like out of the ones of us that get it, like let's start play some wagers on like what's the break percentage?
What's the breakage?
What are we putting the over under at? So.
Yeah, I don't own a lot of NECA, but I believe you guys when you say the breaking is happening.
Non-durable goods. That's what they're listed as. Yeah.
So you're gonna get a 2015 Doc Brown. God, that is weird to think that like this isn't, because remember like all those years ago, like when we were like, dude, I wonder like when we get there, like will it be like that? Will we have flying cars and
right?
Yeah,
hoverboards.
I want my hoverboard and stuff like that. And will the Cubs ever actually win a World Series? So
yeah.
Will we ever get clear ties? Yeah.
Clear ties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen the regular Doc Brown.
I saw him today for the first time, the Ultimate one or whatever. I just saw him. And to be fair, he looked real. I did open it and look at it. It looked pretty good.
So a little teaser. You're gonna get a Griff. So
I do like the Griff scenes.
Oh, and it's a Kurt Gibson Jr. bat. What was the original? Was it King Griffey Jr. or something?
I can't remember. King Griffey Jr.
well, King Griffey Jr. and his dad, King Griffey, they both played in baseball for I think like a year or two ago, like in the league at the same time.
Yeah, I remember being into baseball a lot more around that time because I remember I had that rookie card. Was it 89, something like that? Dude, I used to be into baseball when I was younger, but now I'm all football.
King Griffey Jr. is probably the best baseball player I've ever seen before. Like go to a game and sit there and watch this guy, and you're just like,
Yeah.
dude, he's phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Mookie Betts, he's fun to watch too, but there's something about King Griffey Jr., man.
Yeah.
Another Jason.
I do like this version. This is from movie 7, right? The New Blood.
Yeah, movie 7. They all look the same to me. So
I got a fun fact for this movie. Sue Blue, that played RC, is in this movie.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's a little fun fact.
Here's a question. Is it better than Jason X? Because that's the one I've seen.
I actually really like part 7, and I'm a big horror fan. Like, I'm the kid in high school that carried Fangoria in my backpack. So I can tell you the leading lady was very cute, and I think her name was Lar Park Lincoln. Very odd name. I got a lot of horror fun facts if you ever want to know.
I just can't get into horror.
I know you've told me.
Here's another NECA foot soldier. So this is your ultimate. So
thank goodness.
Yeah, that way, they want you to buy multiples of them or whatever. Probably just buy one because I've got several foot soldiers, I believe, already. And he's probably going to cost quite a bit too because they're throwing in all these accessories and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a lot of accessories.
Love, dude. He is packed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll buy one and use whatever this head is. Can't say I remember what that is. And a teaser for Secret of the Ooze Shredder. Where he's got the buzzsaw. Mm-hmm. So pick that one up. And I think I'll be done with movie Turtles after this one. Because can you think of anyone else that you'd want? I mean, besides the April O'Neil. So they're gonna do April O'Neil from the first one.
You have to get that one because the only thing that I have Turtles related from NECA are the 4 first movie Turtles, and I thought that they were excellent figures.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind having. I didn't want the Shredder. I didn't get the Shredder. I didn't get the Splinter, but I would want April. So how do I find an April? Do you guys know?
They haven't put it out yet.
Okay.
That one is coming out yet.
Make sure you cover that so I know when to pre-order because I actually want that.
I want that Shredder.
They got the Thing, or whatever this dude's name is. I haven't seen this movie in a while, but
I haven't seen it in a while, but I used to like watching it.
Yeah, you're gonna get several different heads and hats and different stuff.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Your second quarter scale animated turtle from NECA, Donatello. So
nice.
Slowly coming out with those. Is that you, Sport?
Yeah, my dog's acting up. I'm sorry. She's upstairs.
You gotta beat her, man.
She's been a problem today.
This dog here, anytime someone it just wants to be mean to people. It'd be some mom with her stroller, like walking outside, or even some old people, and he'll just jump up on the window and try to bark at them. And I guess he thinks everything outside is his or something like that. He won't shut up.
Intruder. Yeah.
All right, 112 collective box set. This is from Mezco. Any of this interest you, Rick?
I've looked at it 3 times and I have not hit pre-order yet, but I may, just because
that face doesn't look like him.
I've seen what I really want to see in hand is if the McFarlane one is okay. I don't think I'll need it. And then I did pre-order that 2-pack, even though I have the Nightmare Batman from Hot Toys. Yeah. So I may be okay with just the Hot Toys or just the McFarlane. I want to see them before I do anything. And I think the Flash looked okay.
Yeah, the Flash it pulls off better. I just don't like the cloth again with these figures.
Not a cloth guy, huh?
No, I don't. I like sometimes a good mix of soft goods, but not complete.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And now a lot of McFarlane stuff. Like they stay busy over there.
I don't know how he's doing. I don't know how they're cranking out that and the comic book stuff. I don't know how this is a big year. I don't know how they're going to do it, but it seems like they got all their stuff ready.
Yeah.
But that does not look like Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I want to see these. I'd like to see these. I wish I could see them on the shelf before I buy them, but I'm probably all in. I'm going to support the line. I really want the Dark Side and the Steppenwolf most of all.
Those are big, aren't they? They're large.
Yeah, they're the double. They're the $40. They're double the price. Yeah. They are big.
10 inches tall or something like that. 9 inches.
Yeah, I don't know what the height is, but they look big.
Again, that's a weird pose.
Yeah, he needs to let me pose these.
I'll send it over here. We'll take care of it. Yeah.
I pose them so much, man. I've got them in the other room, actually, like in our living room, and I have them posed up. I just put them on a new shelf, and I have them posed out pretty well right now. Hopefully, these will pose as well as those.
Do you know about all the Ray Fisher saga stuff?
I know about it, but I try not to. Yeah. I enjoy the.
I just want to enjoy the movie without y'all.
Yes, that's exactly.
It,
yes,
man.
That's exactly right. Like I'm not like I have a Twitter account, but I don't use it a whole lot. I mean, I post some stuff, and I don't really do a lot on there. But I know about it. But I've watched this movie 5 times now, though. Like I've already watched it 5. I've stayed up and just not gone to sleep sometimes. I was just happy to get a better Justice League movie, man. I was so happy. It makes me. I haven't been this happy about a movie in a while. It's been a while. Maybe Rogue One. I love Rogue One too, but
yeah.
Oh, I love that movie too.
This movie makes me happy. So I'm looking at toys that maybe normally I wouldn't buy. I liked it so much. Oh, I went to the comic book store and they had like the Justice League comic. They had some Zack Snyder covers. And I didn't get them all, but I got a few. I'm like, do you have this cover? Yeah. I'm excited for this figure. I want that Steppenwolf now that he's an actual character and really cool and badass.
And next week, Godzilla versus Kong, man.
I know. Yep.
And then we have that one, and then
Mortal
Kombat, and then we're on a little bit of a dry spell.
Yeah, and then Suicide Squad in August.
And then they ramp right back up, starting in August again with like some really good movies. So yeah, see that they ain't getting his face, man. Nobody's really getting his face right.
Yeah, that's where I want it in hand so I can see what it really looks like. But I know I'm going to buy that. I'm sure I'm going to buy that one.
You know what? One little tip of the cap. Guys that can fly come with flight stands.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe a crappy flight stand, but
yeah, it's not a good flight stand. But
it's there. Yeah.
He's he's trying.
I mean, basically same thing.
Is this McFarlane's second year into the DC? I can't remember if it's been 2 or 2.5. I can't remember how long it's been because he's cranked out a lot.
Yeah, and for 2020, when a lot of people weren't cranking stuff out, like he's just came with it.
A lot of them were Batmans, though, but yeah.
Yeah, I got almost the entire everything I was reading from the DC Metal stuff to Death Metal. They're covering he's covered so much of it, dude. I would have never got this stuff from what was the Mattel? Mattel would have never gave me this stuff. It would have been the same old stuff, and they weren't articulated enough to pull off a running pose.
That looks good right there with those effects too. I like that.
Oh yeah. This one did look pretty good. In fact, the Barry Allen figure is one of my favorite ones that he's done. The regular, and the 2-pack one, they're both really good. He can pull off a nice running pose. Yeah, that one's probably the best looking one. Is the Flash.
Should have bought that one. Yeah.
Oh, we already looked at that one. Oh, and then here is a Entertainment Earth exclusive. Where
I hated that they did that. I'm not a fan of having to go to Entertainment Earth for stuff, though. I mean, I've done it before, but yeah, I probably don't need this one. I just need the other one.
What's so bad about Entertainment Earth?
That's not Ben Affleck.
I'm kind of I don't know, man. I'm just a BBTS kid. I don't know.
Because I got their Snake Mountain from them, and they had good customer service. Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah. I've only ordered maybe a few things from them. It's been fine.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
They are kind of pricey, though, for their other stuff. So
I just don't like chasing exclusives for everything, you know. And this is one of those ones that I hate doing it.
What do you think?
This one was missing today. My kid found that Jon Stewart on the shelf, but this guy was missing. I think he ships with Jon Stewart.
Yep.
So somebody.
Oh, I need him. I gotta find him. Man, I would trade you. I got an extra Zartan sitting here. I told you I got it. I should. If you pick him up, I'll just send him to you. You send him to me and call it even.
If he's still there, I'll look for it for you.
Yeah, I'll send it out. Just let me know. I haven't opened this guy up. I literally just got in the house when I popped on, but I can't wait to open it.
Minigun, nice.
I like that they did the military.
Stuff.
Yeah, it definitely fits him.
I would like to see a deluxe pack with him with even more. I mean, I would like to see it like packed out.
Yeah, I wish I could find him. Yeah. He's one of my favorite ones.
He's probably my favorite man.
Yeah.
Did you guys see where the Zack Snyder pitched him to Warner Brothers? He tried to get the okay to use him. He was going to be in the Snyder Cut.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, they said no.
That was a bummer.
Oh yeah, this guy. I still need this guy too. This one's not a rush though. He's not really a rush, but I need him. I love my Nightwings. It's like probably my favorite outside of Flash. He's probably my other favorite one.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Shrek or Shriek.
Shriek, yeah.
Yeah.
And then a Target exclusive is a helmetless one that is going to be a Target exclusive.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Good luck.
Haven't decided. Like I was like, okay, if I do go in on the McFarlane ones, then maybe I just do Batman Beyond. But I'm like, man, I don't know.
There was 1 week, maybe it was it last week or the week before, whenever he unloaded all the stuff, like whenever he put everything up from Justice League to Death Metal to the Batman Beyond wave, and the Bizarro figure, I think I had that on a pre-order, and the Joker, Robin or Nightwing. I put in, it was $280 worth of pre-orders at the same time. That's how much product. Josh said he's been releasing the product. Dude, it was a lot. It's like, I don't know how many figures it is. I looked through it today to see.
And that's just DC stuff.
Yeah, that's the DC stuff.
Looks like Wonder Woman. She jacked.
Is this an exclusive?
Dr. Fate's helmet or something.
Yeah.
Is this an exclusive, Josh? Did it say when you got these pictures?
Let's see. This
'Cause
one.
I don't have that one pre-ordered. I have another one. I have the regular Death Metal one pre-ordered, but I haven't even seen this. Where is this at?
Probably Target.
They haven't gone live yet, so
Okay.
it doesn't say anything about it being an exclusive.
I've had to. I wake up and then I look at McFarlane's page. He usually has links to them, but it's a day. You have to look daily now.
All right. Well, get your gold label.
No, I haven't gotten any of those. Red Death, I guess. I can't remember if he's in the book. I want to say that this one might actually be in the book. I can't remember. This one might actually be in there.
All right. We're gonna go on kind of a funny run here. So I forget how many different colors he's made the Spawn with the mace already.
Oh yeah.
There's the regular version, and then there's one where he's like white with like some blood on him.
Yeah.
And then isn't there there's another version as well.
Some sort too with the weapons, I think too, from the first one.
Yeah, and there's one with the sword and then one with the axe as well. Right. There's one more out there. I forget what color it is, but then you have this gold one. This is gold labels. So let's sell you the Spawn again.
Feels like the fifth one, possibly. I only have the one, whatever that first one was.
Well, don't get attached to that number too quickly because.
Oh. Yeah, he's got more coming.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 7th, I believe, of this mold.
So he's the sideswipe of Spawn.
Yeah, he's Lamborn.
He's Lamborn.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could just... He's trying to build out an entire DEET off of just the same figure and repaint it.
Spawns, yeah.
What's this guy's name? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's a Mortal Kombat dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one of the Mortal Kombats that came with the PS5. Is it Mortal Kombat 10? Are they on 11 or something?
They're on 11, and then there's the second part to 11. Yeah.
So it would be 10. It would be 10 then that it came with. Oh, you know what game is amazing? Like you liked games like Tomb Raider, right?
Love Tomb Raider. Yeah.
You like games like Uncharted.
Yeah, played them all. All the Tomb Raiders, all the Uncharted.
Horizon Zero Dawn?
Don't tell me that. Is it awesome?
Have you never played that?
No.
Dude, not. Horizon Zero Dawn is like the best game. But then there's this new game, Ghost of Tsushima.
I've heard of that, yeah.
I've heard of it.
It's basically where Horizon Zero Dawn is like post-apocalypse world or whatever with like these robot dinosaurs and stuff like that. It's a really good story too. So really? It's not just a game that's like, oh, dinosaur, like we hook you in with just dinosaur. Like the story is deep. And like there's mystery to it and all kinds of stuff, and the settings are beautiful. So Horizon Zero Dawn.
Did you say PS5?
It came out for PS4, but
okay. Because PS5 it's an urban legend where I live.
Same here, yeah.
It's an urban legend.
But Horizon Zero Dawn, you'll want to get that. It only has one DLC. So I think it's like the Frozen Wildlands or something like that, which was only like $10. But you should be able to get the complete thing for it. You can just get the PS4 version.
It has a one-player storyline. Okay. All right.
Ghost of Tsushima, that it's like kind of Horizon Zero Dawn as far as like it's open world, but it's like missions, main story, side story, deep, and the music, the visuals, everything, but it's set in ancient Japan, with samurais and stuff like that. Dude, it is amazing, and it has a multiplayer as well. Well, it's got a co-op where two people can do co-op things, but then it's got like a 4-person multiplayer where you can take on like waves of enemies, which I didn't think I'd enjoy it that much, but then I got on with like a couple of friends and some random, and dude, it was a blast.
I want a PlayStation.
Cool. Yeah, I'll probably get one. Whenever they hit whenever you can actually just order one without hunting it, I'm going to get one for sure. I'm still patient. I'll get one. But yeah, I'll pick that up. Sounds good.
Like both of them are, you get just as PS4 games, and then they will upgrade to PS5. So like you can go and get them for your PS4 right now.
Oh, okay, and then you can still upgrade. Okay.
Yeah, and then whenever it comes out, then it's like, hey, you have this, then it gives you the PS5 version. So, but those two games are amazing. To where like if you like those story games,
Yeah, I do.
Like The Last of Us, Tomb
Raider,
Uncharted,
Last of Us is so good.
BioShock, to where they're deep story, and like well thought out.
Yeah.
Well, it's all that, but also open world.
I love that.
Yeah, that's cool. Is this Figure Arts? Which company?
This is SH Figure Arts. Yeah,
thought so.
You figured it out.
Yeah. You know what I don't? You know what I'm not crazy about? So I love the original Winter Soldier when he was, the bad guy and all that. I love that. And then I also love him in, Infinity War and Endgame, even though he's not in there a whole lot. And I love him in those movies. I have all the Hot Toys for him. They put this one up, and I was like, easy pass, because he's like very clean cut and looks like generic white dude now, other than the arm. And I just not that it's not very dynamic. Where like Falcon continues to have like real cool dynamic costumes because he's got the wings and I don't know, man.
But his face looks like a young Bill Cosby though.
Yeah, I don't think Figure Arts. I'm not crazy about all their faces. not all the time anyway. Yeah, no, his face does look, but their faces always look off for that company.
Yeah, it's always a little strange. This, usually don't cover Robotech stuff, but this thing just looked crazy, looking cool. So I was like, might as well throw it on there.
Yeah, that looks cool. Iron Spider design's always been. I liked it in the comics. I liked it in the movie too, even though it's not quite the same. But I've always liked it. It's very dynamic. It's not even my favorite color palette. It's nowhere near it. Like I'm kind of, you guys know, we all like kind of like that black and teal and sometimes pink and purple. You mix those colors together. That's a really cool color palette. Like the Charlotte Hornets, I followed them because I like their colors. And then I found out more, But this isn't my favorite color palette, but he makes a cool figure though. Good pictures.
You know who, as far as Overwatch League team, you would like them?
Do they have that color palette?
Dude, look at these. It's
like a Techno Viper color palette.
Dude, look at their jerseys, man. Florida Mayhems.
Oh yeah.
Dude. Now they used to have season 1 and season 2. They had these like McDonald yellow looking jerseys.
They leveled up.
Yeah, and then like season 3 last year,
I like that.
They were like, "Yeah, let's go with this." I'm like, dude, I love these colors. These are clean. That like this isn't even the team that I cheer for, but like I'm buying some of their skins, because they look clean. So
yeah.
I don't know. I'll watch all the teams, but I have my one team that I cheer for. SH Monster Arts Godzilla. 1989. There's only a billion different Godzillas out on the market, so he got them thick thighs.
They super thick.
He's been working out there. Yeah.
That's that. He likes that ice cream. He likes those rich foods.
All right, and Sideshow 1/6 scale. Man, that'd be a definite pass for me on that.
That looks like is that the Astonishing X-Men? That looks like the Joss Whedon
Astonishing
X-Men run. Yeah, definitely not the Jim Lee version that many of us. There you go. Yeah, that's the Jim Lee.
Dude, I'm all about Jim Lee X-Men. So
yeah, 90s.
Dude, this would be the easiest pass if I was like.
Yeah, I'm not into their comic book figures. I have a few of the first ones. I have a Batman that I like, and I have a Harley that I like. But usually, I'm not into their comic book figures. This is what I was talking about. This is an easy pass for me. Like, I have 2 Winter Soldiers that look really badass, but this guy looks like, I just think he looks like your average white guy with your average white guy haircut. And I don't know, man. I don't want to spend $250 or whatever on this guy. But Falcon, when they show Falcon, I'm going to buy. I haven't bought a Falcon since Winter Soldier Falcon. So I need a new Falcon.
I mean, does that even look completely like him?
I don't think it's. I just think it's weak. Do you guys agree? You guys like the old Winter Soldier look, right? Like with the longer hair.
With the longer hair. Yeah.
It just feels weak, like as a Hot Toys figure. Like, is it one that you need?
This uniform too looks pretty.
It's bland.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Like, it's the thing is, if he didn't even have that metal arm, I wouldn't even know who this was.
Yes, you could be like, you could put him in the right clothes and be like, "Is that Nathan Drake?" It doesn't look like him, but is it him? Because he's got.
If you covered up the shoulder and be like, who is this? I'm like, I don't know, like one of those dudes from Twilight or something.
You're like, is it Tom Brady or like Nathan Drake? Who is it? if you put a Tampa Bay outfit, anything, Patriots outfit on him, that's almost Tom Brady.
This is definitely Tom Brady. This is Patriots Tom Brady right
here. He should come with like a deflated football or something.
In a TB12 hat. I mean, I'm not hating on Tom Brady. I mean, like, dude, he's accomplished more than his life.
Right.
He's the GOAT, but it's like, God, man, when are you gonna retire so like some of the rest of us can win, dude?
Yeah.
And then you gotta come over to my conference. Like, we were at least hoping, like, hey, maybe we could at least go to the Super Bowl to where we can be like, yeah, it hasn't been 20-something years since we've been to a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
That's
I like this character, but it's just bland. Anyway.
This is the one you said you put on pre-order.
Yeah, and here's the deal. It sucks for some of us because I already got Nightmare Batman. I already have him. But they have not said anything about my black costume, reborn Superman here coming solo. So I put a pre-order down.
This is your Nightmare Batman. Does it look exactly like this?
It's the same. Well, it's who can say. Did they change anything on the coat? Maybe. I'm not sure, but it looks like it. It looks like it's the same one I have. So if you like Nightmare Batman and Zack Snyder, I might have 2, and I'll probably give you like a nice deal. But then I don't know where I need 2 of them.
Then we'll talk about that because I'm like,
don't worry about it now.
This is one that I'm like, yo, I like the Nightmare Batman. Do I want to go out?
Too.
Pay it at full price? I'm like, no, not really, because I would definitely want Ahsoka. I want to get me a Count Dooku eventually.
It's a nice figure. And the thing about him is you can put him in like at least three different looks He's got a lot of accessories and stuff. So he's a good figure. But yeah, that's how they threw it up. They threw it up, and it's like a 2-pack, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
Thanks.
Because I'm getting,
like
I'm getting this one.
Is it 510 or something like that?
It's expensive, yeah. And like I've got it, all of them. Like this last year, as soon honestly, as soon as they announced it, I started to go back and get the ones I needed because I was worried that later they would go way up. And man, I'm glad I did. I'm so glad I got them. I did that like during the lulls this last year, and there weren't many lulls. But yeah, I need this figure.
Nice.
And they all look good too. Like I was worried about Wonder Woman, but once you get her in person and you make sure that the hair looks right and all her things look right, you just put her on the shelf, dude. She's phenomenal. She looks great.
That's one that I want. I want a Wonder Woman, but I want one with like the kind of the real hair. I forget which one that is.
They're all, well, I don't know if all of them are like that, but this one is the real hair.
Yeah. What are the, like some of the other ones? They have the where it's molded hair, and I'm like, nah.
Oh yeah.
I want the real hair look.
They did a good job with her. Like some of the older Black Widows, you had to fuss with, and it was a lot even for me. And I'm a big Hot Toys collector, but this one I only had to just make sure I kind of just made sure it's kind of flat and where it needs to be, and just put her up on the shelf, and she looks good with the rest of them. Flash, I still say Flash is the standout though, from the Hot Toys.
I'm gonna get
Nice.
that Hot Toys Wonder Woman, and then I'm gonna get one of those 3D printing machines that prints out 1/1 scales. So
You just get Dakota to hook you. Didn't Dakota just get one? Just get him to hook you up. Tell him to sit for your birthday. You get like a piece. You get like an arm or whatever piece you decide you want. You get like a piece for the holidays.
Just start building her.
Yeah.
I'll be like the guy in Mannequin. So.
Yeah. Yep.
Make my own woman. She'll be
All
pretty.
Right. Well, we'll be back in 2 weeks, and then we will also do our Stormtroopers tier list. PL may be joining us as well. Is that right?
We'll see. Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't gotten.
That's 2 weeks away. So we'll see about that. Whenever he does come on, we'll talk a little bit more in depth with gargoyles.
Yes.
And NECA's going to come up, so I guess we might as well say we're going to be talking about some NECA. So, trying to think. That's about it as far as 2 weeks out announcements. So, let's go ahead and sign out. Tell people where they can find you, though.
You can find me here on YouTube as Sportimus, and on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram as Sportimus Prime. Over to you, Rick.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Shatrdglassjazz.
You can find me, G1Xtron, on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook page, the G1Xtron. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Peace.